So it's everywhere. Everyone's
Yo, the beer in Dublin's good. Oh well,
Guinness,
you
yeah.
weren't drinking.
No,
you were partaking.
Yeah,
boss. Yeah, getting it from the draft in Dublin in the pub. I want to do that so bad.
We can get. We'll end the politics and we'll get into that if you want.
Irish car bombs, bro. They're fucking good as fuck.
I didn't have any Irish car bombs. This is a weird transition, but I didn't get into any car bombs. But we went to the distillery there.
The Guinness
for both
distillery?
Jameson
and
Guinness. I spent all day there. I got so destroyed. The only good thing about Guinness, I'll say this, is this makes Irish people very happy and in general very polite. And if you go there as someone that doesn't really know like the ins and outs of their politics, like I know America as much as I know about America or Canada, you're like everyone's so fucking happy here. There's no problems here, right? So
right.
I don't know. It's weird. The last couple of years has just been a drain on a lot of people's head, and I think it's just affected that. And on top of, like I said, the fucking beta bullshit, the alpha.
Man, that really bothered you, dude.
That bothers me, bro. So
that
much.
bothered you so much. I mean, I would get in fights with them online all the time, but like my platform at the time wasn't that big that they would like give me any time of day. But like, bro, like all those red pillars are fucking annoying.
They're alpha guys because they think they can beat you up. If you disagree with them, okay, fucking beat me up. I don't give a fuck. If Andrew Tate was in front of me,
if you want to catch a lawsuit, you could beat me up.
That's what I mean. Exactly. Right. So
do it.
I don't know.
Oh yeah, you catch shit. I don't mind winning some money in civil lawsuits.
I don't know if it's my algorithm that's showing me because of my hate watch for that shit. That's all.
Oh, 100%. Yeah, like once you do a little bit, it's gonna start showing.
But then,
like,
it's in with my own family too. Like some, like my brother, one brother specifically. He's like hardcore about that shit, and I'm just like, dude, like,
I'm a high value male.
I'm like, dude, yeah, basically, yeah.
Any guy that says that out loud, I'm like, what the fuck?
But that's prevalent in our culture, though. That's prevalent in our culture.
That's what I'm saying. Even shit, you don't think I laugh at my uncle when he says that dumb shit? You don't think when my cousin's like, hey, agárrame, like, hazme un plato. I'm like, bro, you better relax.
Yeah.
Like, where the fuck you think you are? Like, you know
and we
were
joking about when you were in our podcast about the whole, like, the macho man, like, but the quickest guys you'll fucking see crying at the end of the night hammered are the most macho Latino guys you'll ever see in your life crying. And I've been one of those guys fucking crying at the night. But I'm not I don't think myself to be one of these macho guys.
One of our most popular reels online is the one where I'm talking about how Spanish music is the best, like, love song. They write the best songs, and I said the examples were a whole bunch of like norteñas that were about like guys drinking and shit, and
yeah.
And the comments are like, those are the songs. Those aren't even love songs. Those are songs. And I'm like, bro, when you drunk, all you can think about is love. That's why you like mad as 100%. Shit that girl left you because you're an asshole, right? and that's the only time you get to fucking cry about it, right? But it goes to the point that you're making. Like, it's just like those are the same guys that are like, you know, it's those are the same guys that, like, when they cheat on a woman, they're like, oh, no, it's okay. But let a woman cheat on the guy, and they start fucking sobbing. They start crying. I can't believe you did this to me. Can't believe it. Bro, what? Like, I can't believe it. Their ego is so hurt. Whenever a girl finally, like, a guy could cheat, that kind of guy could cheat on a girl like 10, 15 times, and the guy's like, man, what is she, no, whatever, blah, blah, blah. But one time, this girl will hold hands with some dude, and my pride, bro. The level of bitch that comes out of that kind of guy is hilarious. Like
the best.
It's the best. It's really,
I don't like
fucking
seeing
hilarious.
People suffer. I don't mind them that much suffering a little bit,
bro. Like, yeah.
The red pillars, it struck a nerve, and I don't like those guys.
The red pillars are annoying. For me, they're annoying for a different reason, because I know that toxic masculinity has always existed and blah, blah, blah. But for me, the red pillars are really annoying because they took the red pill concept and the whole Matrix concepts from the Matrix, and they don't even realize that the Wachowski sisters wrote that as an allegory for being trans. So they're like, I'm taking the red pill and I'm like taking the truth and I'm showing you the truth. But like where the metaphor comes from is two then guys that were making this huge concept about what it means to actually live out in the real Zion, in the real world, and not plugged into the Matrix in the binary, right? And they can't see that. They're like, nah, we're fucking taking the red pill. Why? It goes back to what I said earlier. Why are they taking the red pill and they're leaning into it? Because they think they're Neo. Because they think that they're like, they think that they could stop the bullets and that with the truth, they're going to be able to fight. You know what I mean? It goes back to this like male psychology, a fantasy of like, no, I'm the guy that saves the world and like flies to Trinity and takes the bullet out of her heart. Yeah. Like, that's me, bro. And it's fucking hilarious that like that's where their brain makes that connection in their brain. You know what I mean? And fuck the truth. I'm Neo. So it's really funny, dude. Like, all of that big point has been like really resonating with me over the past week because of the election. But the more I keep thinking about it, the more I'm like, bro, that's so true. Like, we really are delusional as fuck as men. Like, delusional as fuck.
We think we're the heroes of our story. No matter what we do,
we think we're the heroes of every story. We think we're the heroes of every story. I could fight a crocodile.
Yeah.
I could wrestle a crocodile.
Let's be real.
Pendejos.
Crazy ass rooster comes y'all's way and y'all be like,
oh, I'm gone, man.
But we're not fucking. Let one squirrel. let one rabbit squirrel just
come right
fucking run towards your
man.
ass and see what happens.
Exactly. As a woman, it's crazy to see that because there is just like a constant understanding now with a lot of girls that it's like it's gonna be really hard to find men who like don't actually believe in those things. And me personally, my partner, he is a very religious person, so he has a very like different way of understanding that. Like, and so some things like I've because we're Mexican, in my head it'd be like, oh, I gotta serve my man and I gotta do X, Y, Z, you know, like a fail, right? And it's just like internally it is slightly misogynistic, right? So it's like a very internalized misogynism that like we have as a society. But like when I've tried to do it for him, he's like,
and to be fair, that whole like serving your plate shit, it like
that really bothered you.
No, like I can understand internalized misogyny, but where that gesture come from, it does not come from internalized misogyny. That gesture comes from the fact that I actually do have a working man that like lives up to the expectations of what a working man is supposed to do and treats me right. So that's the least that they deserve. But men like to be like, yo pago por todo, where's my fucking sandwich? And you're like, bro, calm the fuck down.
Yeah.
My man, like I want to do that stuff for him because he's a person who's like, what stress can I lift off of your shoulders? And I'm a single mom who has a deadbeat baby daddy who dead ass fits all of that red pill. Like,
yeah.
Oh, I should have. That's how it should have been. And this, that, and the third. And my partner now, he's just like, you don't have to do all that for me. And I'm like, but I want to. Like,
yeah.
That's the thing. Like, when you have actual healthy males and actual men, not just boys, men want to cater to their person and they want to be respectful. They want to respect their bodies. They want to advocate for them in society. And especially with like election years and stuff like that, like you see all that happening. And those are the ones that you see that you're like, damn, like you just know that they don't care about the women in their lives, that they're not actually advocating for any of their freedoms. And you're like, because let's be real, the same way that everything that has happened in our history for, Latino advocacy, Black advocacy and everything is pioneered and pushed through by a white person somewhere that gets the point across because your voice isn't loud enough for a lot of people. Yeah. So for women in that aspect, it's got to be the men.
Yeah.
Men have to advocate for that. When good men come up and say, no, you don't get to do that to a woman. No, I don't want a rapist as my president. What the fuck is wrong with you? And y'all check men on that. That's the only real way to like see that interaction. Because men will never hear it from me. Red pillars will never hear it from me. They're going to be like, no, you're a woman. I don't care. But like when it comes down man to man, it becomes a different conversation. And like, my man is a white man.
Yeah.
So like, I tell him,
you're moving on up.
I'm like, get that Mexican out, dog. Like, get it out. And he's like, I know, it's okay. And I'm like, no, I mean it. I mean it. Like, with all my
Yeah.
Like,
The problem with that is like you got those red pillars you guys call them. Those guys, the b-boys, those guys, I could talk to them and be like, no, you gotta, or a white guy could talk to them and be like, no, this is how, like, you gotta respect, blah, blah, blah. And then the first thing they'll say to you is like, well, you're a beta. You're a bitch. You're a pussy. Why? Yeah. But you say why to them and they're like, they come up with every reason that's not an actual reason. It's like, oh, well, you're weak. You give unto your women. I'm like, that's not a reason why I should stop her from doing what she wants. Now, and you can be in a relationship with somebody and
You
have
just have to turn it on
disagreements.
them, bro. All you gotta do is turn it on them with ridiculousness. I'd be like, bro, you're weak.
Yeah.
But bro, all you like, and kind of gay. All you want to do is hang out with guys.
Guys, yeah.
All you want to do is talk to guys.
Yeah.
Like, man, I'm out here talking to hella women. Actually, you're making it really easy because I can go to a bar and just not act like you, and I get more play, dog. Because these women out here, especially like educated women, they look at you, walk in a room, and start doing all this alpha shit, and they're like, oh god, it's the way. Like,
there's always that.
Yeah. And so, like, I get more play because all I have to do is just not act like that. And,
act like an
and
asshole.
I'm like, man, that guy really likes being around guys.
Yeah.
That guy really likes being around guys, and for guys to tell him,
Dude,
like,
some of the-
you're
some
the
of the-
biggest alpha.
Some of the biggest red pillar guys that I know and alpha guys that I know, the majority of the reason why they're like this and want to shit on women or guys that are, they call them like super feminist guys, which is not really true. They can't get girls. And I know this breaks it down to a real like ignorant stereotype guy thing. But most of these guys, unless you're rich like the Andrew Tates and those guys that do because of the money, they can do whatever the fuck they want. Most of these guys that act like this don't really have girls. And if they do, there's no way they're saying that shit to their fucking wives.
Yeah, those are the
house.
incels.
Yeah.
Those are the
so
incels.
it's like, they just like seeing.
I can tell you right now, people won't believe me. I can tell you right now, like, I'm a feminist and I had no trouble. I had no trouble. Actually, you could be my witness because you've been around plenty of the women that I've been around. Like, bro, like what? Like the thing that gets you in front of women has nothing to do with how you view masculinity. It just has to do with you.
Yeah,
you know, like it's who you are. Do you have something? If all you do is talk about your masculinity, dog, like people aren't gonna want to be around you. Get the fuck out of here.
Yeah,
you know. So,
I mean,
I'm a huge feminist. We celebrate women over here, so it's not. You know, I don't have any shame in doing that. And believe me, there is no struggle.